So if you've peeked ahead on the slide a little bit, or if you were paying attention to the audio clip that you listened to all the way through, definitely from the last slide, you should start to get the idea that this lesson's going to look a little different than what you're normally used to. And one of the biggest ways, and I'll just lead with it from the get go, is you don't actually have an exit ticket today. Woo! Okay. The flip side of that is you have it tomorrow. And when I say that you have it tomorrow, it's because the one that you'll have tomorrow is actually building both on the stuff that you're doing right now, as well as the stuff that you're going to do tomorrow. That being said, there are 5 sources total between the 2 days. You have 4 of them today. So the expectation here is that you answer the questions for each of these sources, and that's kind of like your exit ticket, right? By just doing that work. So that when you go to tomorrow's lesson, you only have one source to try to like refresh your memory, as well as you'll have access to this slide that you're doing right now in that slideshow. And then you'll just have the exit ticket, which will be longer, right? I'm looking for a paragraph because ultimately we're ending the unit. So this is kind of like the culmination of everything we've done, right? Everything's coming together into this one thing. To recap a little bit, we're talking about whether this post-Reconstruction period from 1890 to 1920 was either the low point, the nadir, as it's continually called in here, to use the vocabulary word, the super low point for Black Americans, and specifically like race relations, so how Black Americans interact with white society, or is it laying the groundwork for the civil rights movement, which, unfortunately, if you're very interested in this, as I already talked about, I believe, that's next year's stuff. So next unit, we're not actually going to talk about that. We're still going like in order of time, and there's actually kind of a gap between what we're talking about now and the civil rights period, or the civil rights movement. So hopefully some of this stays with you through next year, but that's really our goal, right? Which is it? Now, you might be in that mindset of, well, it can be both, right? I'll say that's okay. I'll check in with you on the video tomorrow. You'll hear from me then as well and go in a little more detail about how that would look in a writing assignment. But that, to just start your thinking about it, like, is it going to be one, the other, maybe both? So, as I'd said, no exit ticket today. You'll have first, as I'm looking at my other screen so that I'm not just going off my memory. First, you'll have your attack the prompt, right, which will read to you as usual. You'll check for the keywords, and then you'll have your sources, 4 of them. So keep in mind everything we've learned about so far about how Reconstruction has looked, how it's really manifested or how it's like shown up for Black Americans, right? What it looked like for them, what they experienced. And then put that in the lens of, okay, is this as bad as it's ever been, right? Or the worst it's ever been? Or is it like setting the stage and the groundwork for better things? And hopefully the sources will help you to get to that conclusion. So good luck. Reach out if you have any questions. As I already kind of said, I believe this is a kind of a harder one, right? This question's big. It's a big idea. And so I'm not so much looking for you to get it absolutely 100% right. What I'm looking for instead is that you can make a statement, make a claim, and back it up with some evidence. Okay? So if you're worried about getting it perfect, don't be. Okay? Same practice we've all been doing. Make a statement, back it up. So, good luck.